I used to be married and had been with my partner for about 10 years. My relationship with my husband wasn't perfect at all, but to the outside world, it appeared that way. Towards the end of my marriage, I had gotten most of the things I ever wanted: a small family, a house and dogs, but mentally I was tired and drained and unhappy. At a point, I loved my husband deeply. He was funny and very smart. He was a patient man, family-oriented, great with kids, silly and always the life of the party. I loved how Wayfin went on dates and little outings with just the three of us. Game days were always fun. And I loved that he would sometimes bring me flowers at the most random times. We always color coordinated our outfits and dressed alike for events and family outings. He was selfless and helpful when it came to others, just not always with me. Never a gentleman. He was sweet when he wanted to be, but it's like for every good thing he did, there were two bad things that came with it. The parts of him that I loved were great, but the parts I didn't like were horrible and had become unbearable. I constantly felt unseen, unloved, unappreciated, and just overall not taken care of. My husband provided, but only where he saw fit. He was a stingy man. I up until the day I left, still paid half, arguably maybe even more, of the bills when he made drastically way more than me. I constantly put my family first, but was often left behind. There were times I put my career decisions on hold or gave up opportunities altogether just so he could get further ahead with his financial goals. I worked 40 hours every week and still made time to take care of his son, which a lot of the time included games and practices. I always made sure to feed our family and take care of the dogs in the house. I had little to no time for myself. What I got in return for doing those things were nights of him coming home late about 5 to 6 nights out of the week, flat out ignored during any type of instruction, argument, or disagreement. If I asked for help, I would either not receive it or get it after a delayed period of time with the least amount of effort. I would wake up some mornings with him gone with no notice given. I mean, yes, I knew he would probably be one of two places, but that's not the point. I was sometimes disrespected in front of other people, and he always undermined me in front of his son. During moments of anger, I would sometimes receive inappropriate comments about my weight. Forget trying to have a conversation without it ending in a loud argument. Towards the end, I had gone from crying about once every other week to 3 to 4 times a week. Our sex life was non-existent by that point, but had never been great. It was always short, and I was often left unsatisfied and made to think that it was because I wasn't doing enough in the bedroom when I couldn't get pregnant after years of trying. I was sometimes treated insensitively about it with inappropriate comments. Comment for part 2.